Hello everybody, it is incredibly sunny. Hope you're all doing well, that you're all having a great day. Continuing our tour of Berlin. I'm going to show you guys a lot of really interesting things while I'm actually here. A lot of people don't know that the Berlin Wall is actually still around, per se. It's kind of... loud car. It's kind of just broken into separate pieces that have kind of remained as a bit of a reminder of the past. Germany is very, very well known for making sure that they don't erase their history and they keep it around so that you have constant reminders of the things that happened in the past. Because if you destroy it and leave the next generation to grow up, they're going to do the exact same thing all over again. So we are currently in the crossroads between what's behind me is called Mitte, which is the middle of the city. A lot of times in German, as English is like a new form of German, you simply just replace the T's with D's. And the name of the district is M-I-T-T-E. If you replace the T's with the D's, you get Mitte, which means middle. And also in front of us is also another district that was separated by the wall. So we are currently in the east portion. And if you look over this way, my friend's in the shop, that would be the western part of the city. So I'm going to show you what the remaining part of the wall looks like. The part that we saw the other day was called the East Side Gallery, which is like where the artists have posted and stuff like that. But this is more of a reminder of what the district used to be like. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's a very popular piece of art as well. For those of you who don't know, the Berlin Wall actually came as a surprise to nearly everyone in the city. It wasn't something that the citizens actually knew about. So it was more of a, in the middle of the night, I believe on a Sunday, a lot of people woke up and heard construction and they saw that this was actually being built. So this is a very famous photo of a soldier who realized what was going on and decided to jump over himself, as you know, not many people would want to get trapped on the other side. You can even see a lot of the photos over here. I think it's very, very important just in general to learn about history, but also to have constant reminders of it, as to like this literally happened overnight. Imagine waking up and you are separated from your family members, from your friends. A lot of people didn't know if it was temporary or simply something based on the occupation of Germany by multiple different countries at that time. But lo and behold, this was there for, was it around 20, almost 30 years? Countless people were victim to it, and so many people tried their best to get over the wall. There's so many stories. There are stories of people using hot air balloons as well to try and get over it, and a lot of them actually succeeded. A lot of them became famous movies as well. So you see in the photo, the Berlin Wall is 1990. It's been destroyed. It's been torn apart, if you will. But a lot of it still remains in different sections around the city right now. I'm going to show you the actual length of it, so you can also get a pretty good idea. This area, for those of you who have never been to Berlin, I mentioned this in the other one before. Back when I was here around, more frequently around 2010, 2011, this was all grass. Like, I mean, literally just dirt and grass. None of this was actually here. All these new buildings, especially you'll see a bit later on, are all brand new. I don't know if you can read that. It says like escape tunnel from 1971. There were a lot of people who tried to find ways to get out of the city. That's what the area looked like in 1989. It's almost a bit unreal to think about something like this happening. I know we are a very privileged generation where we don't have to necessarily worry about a lot of these things, or if things like this do happen, there's kind of a very loud outcry almost immediately. But the idea of waking up and then you're kind of separated from everyone and everything that you know. There are also famous photos and a lot of videos, what have you. See, there's also the actual distinction of the Berlin Wall. And if you look, you see the stones going completely that way. Sorry for the weird angle. But it also does the exact same thing this way. And depending on where you are in the city, you can actually see the complete line cutting through the entire city. lot of this area has become very expensive, I think is the word that I would use, over the last couple of years. I talked to you before about the other area of the Berlin Wall. Oh boy. About the other area of the Berlin Wall where the land became so worth so much that the owner kind of wanted it back and cut a part of the art wall that's there to be able to build his flats and stuff in back of it. And a lot of this has happened over here as well. You can see kind of through the trimmings of the wall and the trees, a lot of the new construction that exists. I think maybe we can actually even go inside of the, might be a bit easier to see. You see a lot of new construction around this area and a lot of, I want to say, new faces, simply because of how popular the area has become.
There's a co-working space right over there.
Yeah, all this has been changed and redone and refurbished and made beautiful once again. Apologies for the wind. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is translating into the actual video, but I don't know how much of it you can actually hear yourselves. They made sure that there are constant reminders of the past. I myself have never gone to a German high school, but I've heard that you know, extensively learn about everything that took place. A lot of other places in the world make sure to erase their history. I'm going to assume the red dot is where we are. If you can see the red dot in the very center. So many crazy stories. I'm sure a lot of people, I mean, hopefully, have even seen a number of movies about this. It's insane to think about what happened, and even more so for me a lot of times. Now, this is maybe an unpopular opinion, that people not allowed it to happen, but that there wasn't more pushback. But once again, I'm not from that time and I don't know exactly what the circumstances were, but it drives me crazy to think that another place thinks that they can enter another country and just kind of do what they want. But, you know, once again, maybe an unpopular opinion.
Very nice.
This is crazy. I'm surprised that this hasn't been painted over, actually. It looks like meat being cut.
It is? It is.
Wow.
Good quality street art doesn't usually get painted down in the city.
But I'm shocked.
People will be shocked if
Wow.
it was painted over.
That looks incredible.
Bueno, ¿me la quieres hacer tú?
Toma, conecta con la tuya.
My friend found some people who needed help with the photo being taken. See, here's the extension of the wall that I was talking about. As opposed to getting rid of all these things, it's kind of left as a reminder, as well as the portion of the wall right here. You can find this through the entire city. It's not only in touristy parts, it is everywhere. As long as the Berlin Wall used to be there, this is what you'll actually get. And a bit forward, you can see the Alexanderplatz Tower, one that I showed in another video. So this word right here means entrance. Postenstand is, I guess, like the post stand. Tunnelausgang is the tunnel exit. And this was the, where's my finger? There we go. This was the area where the control happened. So a lot of times you had places where you had to walk up to guards and basically show them your ID, show them if you lived in the east or the west, and if you were allowed to actually cross over. These look like actual photos of people going through the tunnels. That's insane to think about. That is absolutely insane. A lot of times there were even people on the other side of these secret tunnels in the West waiting for people as they got through. There's a really famous movie. If I remember the name of it, I'll definitely tell all of you. Very famous movie where this couple actually, they basically wake up one day. I think my friend might have lost me. Where they wake up one day and they try to basically go on a train. Like there was a train, it still exists actually, that cuts through the city. But usually it got stopped at a certain station and you were told to show your ID. And if you had the proper ID, you could continue. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. If you had the proper ID, you were able to continue through the city to the actual free West. And I forgot how the movie ended. I won't spoil it for you, but it was really like, my heart was pumping the entire time, just like hoping these people actually got to freedom. So on the night of, and many other nights after, so it wasn't one complete build at the exact same time. It was portions of the wall were being built, but a lot of people kind of assumed that maybe it would have stopped around their area, but it kept on going. So a lot of videos are happening like this is what we see the man actually falling out of the window, being helped by, not fire officers, what are they called? Ambulance, or I can't remember the name of it. Police officers, what have you. Jumping from their windows just because they knew what was going to happen, just for like a chance at literal freedom. Making sure that they were not stuck on the other side, because I think a lot of people had a very good idea of what was going to take place. There's the continued extension of the wall. And as you also see, a lot of newer housing projects being built, which is actually quite beautiful with the vines going on it. This is the most famous one we were just looking at. Keller is like basement or cellar. Yeah, no, I was looking at them before as well.
That one, the interior, they have like the entire house is like a playground.
Really?
Yeah.
I walked by it and I saw the vines on it.
Have like a lot of like climbing nets and like balloons and everything. Like
What in the world?
someone's living in Disneyland.
It's also like a really weird contrast, like to what happened here, to have like this like fun house now next to it.
Oh yeah, literally.
Oh, cute little doggy.
Where are these flowers?
Also slightly roped off. Looks almost like a mini cornfield. It says rye. Yeah,
Ah, right.
rye cultivation ongoing. What is this? I don't know why, but I just assumed it would go down forever as I was looking at it.
I mean, there should be a remnant of that.
How wild.
Church.
Yeah.
Remnants of the church.
Are we allowed to enter this?
Oh, this is the church.
So you can't actually go inside, you just had to put a mask on. So it's a memorial church, it looks like. It's actually quite beautiful as well. It almost looks 3D printed. I'm sure it's not. But the concrete and the stones look printed in a way. Feels almost like a maze. Okay.
The chapel should be inside here.
I assume that's the entrance or it's something. Oh, that makes a bit more sense. It's the actual entrance. It's an incredible structure.
Actually, it's pretty cool in there.
Really? I'm afraid of a procession or something going on. It's kind of walking into it with my camera.
There's only 2 people there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to show another part of the Berlin Wall. A lot of people tend to visit the city and they only go to what's called the East Side Gallery, which is the artsy one that I showed you, but there actually exists several parts of the Berlin Wall that are still standing. There's one further, I don't remember exactly where it is, the other part of the city, but they even have like large chunks of the wall still standing. The original pieces, nothing painted on or anything like that. It just looks like the original wall, and it's quite, to be honest with you, it's quite terrifying to see what people had to go through. But yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed this slightly windy walking tour. hope you all have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.